So let's look at how you can launch apps. We've already seen two ways you can launch apps. One is through the dock here. We can go into the dock and click on an app icon to launch that app. We've also looked at using Spotlight to do it, either using this menu bar icon here or just Command Space, starting to type the name of the app, and when it appears as the top hit return and it launches the app. You can also launch apps by going directly into the Applications folder, finding the app here, and double clicking on it to launch it. That works too. But there's actually a dedicated way that's just for launching apps and viewing all the apps you've got. It's called Launchpad, and you'll find it here in the dock. Little rocket ship icon. You click on that and it launches Launchpad. And it shows all your apps in a way that may be familiar to you if you use iOS for iPad or iPhone. Everything's here is a big icon in a grid. You can move between these by swiping with two fingers on the trackpad or over a magic mouse to move between the pages. You can see there's two pages there. To launch an app, you simply click it and Launchpad goes away and the app launches. You can rearrange how things are here by clicking and dragging. So I can move these apps back and forth. I can create an app folder. So here's some app folders here, but I could create some other app folders dragging things together that I don't need. So there's a bunch of special effects. I can actually drag these on top of each other and put them into an app folder and call these these are photo effects, and I could drag more into it. Very similar to iOS if you've ever used iOS and you've seen how the screens look. So this is a very easy way to actually launch apps. You have a search box at the top there, so you can search for something. So if I wanted to find the calculator app, I can start typing and you see it narrows down the search as I type each character. And I can actually use the arrow keys to move between apps. So let's go and run Launchpad, click on it, and I can start searching right away. I don't have to click on the search field there. And I can use the arrow keys to go back and forth and then hit return to launch calculator. So actually learning how to use Launchpad with typing a couple of keystrokes and hitting return is a great way to launch apps. So let's launch a bunch of different apps. I'll go into Launchpad here and I'll launch Safari. I'll use Launchpad again, and this time I'll type and I'll launch Calculator. I'll go down into the dock here and I'll launch Maps. So I've got three different apps running. So how can I easily switch between them? Well, you saw one way is I simply click on the document windows for them and I can easily switch between them. And you can have more than one document window open per app. So I can in Safari open a new window and I actually have two Safari windows. So I can click in either one of those. I'm still running Safari. If I click on the Maps window here, I'm running Maps. But sometimes apps hide behind and it's hard to get to them. One way to switch between them is simply go into the dock, and if I just want to jump to Calculator, I can click there and then jump to Calculator. That's an easy way to do it. But another way to do it is use the app switcher, which is to hold the Command key down. I'm holding the Command key down and I'm going to hit Tab, and as soon as I hit Tab I get these icons here in the middle of the screen, and I continue to hit Tab and I move from app to app, and whichever one I finish on and release the Command key is the one I jump to. So Command Tab to move to where you want, and then release to jump. If you hold the Shift key down you go backwards, so I'll do Command and Tab forwards, hold the Shift key down, I'll tab backwards. And the app switcher is a very quick way. One of the best things about the app switcher is it always puts the most recent ones to the left. So right now I'm running Maps. If I Command Tab, Calculator was the last one that was up front and it automatically goes to that. So quick Command Tab goes to my previous app, and if that's true then quick Command Tab should take me back to Maps, and it does. So switching back and forth between your two most recent apps is really just two quick keystrokes. And then if you want to go back to a third app, it's just an extra use of the Tab key. So learn how to use the application switcher. It's a really quick, easy way to switch between your apps, much better than clicking on individual windows or finding them here in the dock. Now let's say I have all these apps here and I don't want to see them all at once. I could quit them and simply relaunch them when I need them. But you can also hide an app temporarily. So for instance, say I've got Safari here and I want to just get these Safari windows out of the way, but I'm viewing something so I don't want to completely quit right now. I could go to Safari, and you see there's Hide Safari, which is Command H. It's almost always Command H in apps. So Command H quickly hides the app. The windows are not there. You don't see it anywhere here on the screen, but you can see it's still running. I can click here in the dock or use the app switcher to switch back to it, and it simply reappears. And that's one way for apps to be hidden. And I do this all day long. Hide apps that I'm not using, and then just switch to them or use the dock to go back to them when I need. Another thing you could do is, say you've got an app here and it's got a window. You can use one of these buttons here. An X button closes a window. A green button, as we'll see later, goes to full screen. But a yellow button here, what that does is it minimizes it. It puts it actually in the dock. So another thing that's stored in the dock between the trash can and any files and folders you put there is a minimized version of a window. So the Maps app is still running. You can see it right here. It's still there, but the window is gone. I can bring the window back up by simply clicking on it in the dock. So it's a handy way to get a window out of the way, especially if you've got a situation where, say you're in Safari here, you've got two windows. I don't want to get this one out of the way, but I do want to get this one out of the way. So now this one is now minimized into the dock. I only have this one Safari window available, and I can bring this one up anytime I want. And I want to finish this tutorial by just showing you one trick you can use in the dock. If you launch an app that's not already in the dock, it will appear all the way to the right side. So Calculator appears all the way to the right side of the apps I'm using. If I were to quit Calculator, it goes away. It wasn't in the dock. It only appears there temporarily since I was running it, and when I quit it, it goes away. So I have to use Spotlight or Launchpad or something else to launch it again. If I find I'm using it a lot, I could go to the Applications folder and drag and drop the app into the dock to add it. But another way to do that is to actually, while it's still here on the right side of the dock, simply drag it to the left side of the dock. Anywhere in here is fine. And once I drop it there, now if I quit Calculator, you can see it stays there. I've added it to the dock, so now it's a permanent part of the dock until I drag it up and remove it.